This video covers the IGCSE Biology Objective 6.1.7 on the 2025 CAIE syllabus to investigate requirements for photosynthesis. So we're going to take a look at three factors that are needed for photosynthesis. That is chlorophyll, sunlight, and carbon dioxide. So the first factor we're going to take a look at is the need of chlorophyll. So we're going to use what's called a bifurcated leaf. That is a leaf with two colors, one being green, which will have the chlorophyll, and the other area which will not be green, and we will assume that it does not have chlorophyll. And we're going to take a look at what happens in the areas between those two colors and see which one is doing photosynthesis and which one is not. And so in order to do this, we're going to set up an experiment where we're going to remove the green pigment from the leaf in order to then expose it to iodine and see if starch is present in any areas of the leaf. Remember that when a plant is doing photosynthesis, it is storing the glucose that it makes as starch granules. So the assumption is that the green area where the chloroplasts are located with the chlorophyll pigments are going to have the starch granules, and then we'll turn the iodine solution blue-black only in those areas. So that's what we're going to see if that is truly the case. So in order to do this, we first must stop the process of photosynthesis by putting the leaf in hot water, and then we're going to take that same leaf and place it into a test tube that has alcohol in it. Then what we do is we take that alcohol in the test tube with the leaf and put it into a hot water bath. We do this because we don't want to expose the alcohol to any heat source because it is flammable. So let's see a little video of this process, and then we'll take a look at the before. We'll compare the before and after of the leaf to see if indeed the areas that are green in the leaf do turn blue-black in the presence of iodine, meaning that starch is present only in those areas. So we're putting our alcohol and our leaf into the hot water bath. The hot water bath starts to heat. You can see that the green color is starting to be removed out of the leaf. So we're removing the chlorophyll pigment out of the leaf through this process. Now the leaf has no more chlorophyll pigment in it. Okay, once the green has been removed, you can remove the leaf from the tube. It's now pretty brittle, so we just dip it into the hot water to soften it up again a little bit, and then we place it into the iodine. And now we see that the area that initially was green, where the green had been removed, has turned blue-black. So let's just see our comparison. So here's our comparison leaf. So we can see the area that originally was green is now blue-black, and the area that originally was this white void of chlorophyll is yellow, or this yellow-brown. So what this is showing you is that chlorophyll is indeed required in order for photosynthesis to happen. The area that had the chlorophyll produced starch granules. The area that did not have the chlorophyll did not produce starch granules. So our second factor is the need for sunlight. So we're going to take a plant like the one pictured here, and we're going to do a few things to it before we do the same experiment that we did in the previous slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the plant in darkness for about 24 hours, and that's going to stop the photosynthesis from happening. Then we're going to remove it from the darkness and cover one leaf with this black paper. It can have any shape on it. I've seen it with smiley faces. This one has a T on it. And then we're going to allow the plant with the leaf to photosynthesize for a period of time. And then we will take the leaf off the plant, we'll put it in the alcohol, we'll boil the alcohol to remove the green pigment, and then we will expose that leaf to the iodine. And what we should see is the areas that were exposed to sunlight are going to turn blue-black, and the areas that were covered by the black paper are going to stay the orange or the yellow-brown. So we removed the plant from sunlight for 24 hours so that it would stop the process of photosynthesis. So all the leaves have, what that does is it removes all the starch from the leaves. So in this case, the leaf has been, in our last picture, the leaf has been removed from the iodine, but you could see it in the video before. So now we see that the area that remained exposed to sunlight turned blue-black, and the area that was covered by the black paper has not turned blue-black. So what that tells us is that sunlight is needed. So our third factor is the need of carbon dioxide. In this case, we're going to take one plant and do an experiment on 2 of its leaves, or we will take 2 plants of the same species, and we'll see that actually in the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a situation where we're going to remove the carbon dioxide from the presence of the leaf. In this case, we're going to use a solution of potassium hydroxide, and what that does is absorb carbon dioxide. In order to make this a fair experiment, in the other leaf, we'll put some distilled water just so that there is a solution of liquid there, and then we're going to make those 2 areas as airtight as possible. So you can do it the way that it's depicted in this diagram, or you can do it in the way that is seen in this particular video. So we have water in the left plant, and we have our potassium hydroxide in the right plant. The plants themselves are made airtight by sealing these plastic bags over them, and then they're left for a period of time. A leaf then is removed from each of the plants, and then we will do the same process that we have talked about in the previous 2 factors, where we're going to remove the green pigment and expose the leaf to iodine and see which one is going to have done photosynthesis. And we will know that if starch is present in the leaf, and the iodine will tell us that because it has turned blue-black. So as we look at the leaves, we can see that the control, the one with the water, is turning blue-black, and our test with the potassium hydroxide did not turn blue-black. So as we look at these results, we see that starch was produced in the control and starch was not produced in the test. Carbon dioxide was removed from that particular plant, and so therefore photosynthesis could not happen.